What's going on, guys? Sumi here with ThoughtCast, and today I'm going to be talking about my partner doesn't post me on social media. A lot of you reach out to me and tell me, my partner is not posting me on social media. That means that they want to be viewed as single. That means that they want to hide me. That means that they want to keep their options open. I understand where you're coming from. And there are situations, a lot of times, where that is true. But there are also situations where that is completely wrong. And I'm here to address what this is. And for those of you out there that are, listening to this, I want you to take a moment and keep an open mind, because you might be in a scenario where that person does not necessarily need to post you, or you might be in a situation where your partner isn't posting you and you've accepted it, but in reality you shouldn't. So let me list this out. In most relationships, social media is so important. And I think it's kind of crazy that we've placed such a heavy level of importance on what social media is. You guys have to realize that social media didn't really exist until the past 20 years. And now everybody places some heavy importance on what social media is and the dedication of that to the relationship. See, in the last 20 years, we have now evolved to a species that requires us to post us on a digital platform. That is the importance and the value of what digital media is. And it's crazy to think that, we've had so many relationships in the course of human life that didn't rely on social media, but now people will break up, get divorced, let go of someone just because they don't advertise the other person on digital media. What I want you to do is understand the importance that you place on digital media must be controlled. You do not need to have your partner post you every single day, every single time on digital media. It's not something that's necessarily required. And if you do not trust your partner in the first place, where they don't have you on your social media, then look, it's not necessarily a good relationship to begin with. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's not a thing of trust. Oh, it's not that. It's just that that's what you're supposed to do. No, there is no rule book in the game of dating or the game of marriage or the game of relationships where you need to post your partner once a day or once on your story. I'm the first person that will tell you that as a relationship coach. You do not need to post your partner. However, it is a gesture of kindness. It is a gesture of commitment. It is something that lets your partner know that, hey, I'm thinking of you and I want us to be advertised as a partnership. So here's the other foot. It is not a bad thing to post your partner on social media. Oftentimes, it's a good thing. But I'll tell you this too. When you put your relationship out there on social media for everybody to see, you're taking away from the privacy and from what the relationship is as a core root. Your relationship with your partner is truly something that is private. Your commitment to them is something that is private, but it's something that is acted on in a public way. You must understand that the commitment that you have with your partner is not for anyone else to judge or for anybody else to get involved in, but it is for other people to respect. And this is where relationships go very, very wrong. A lot of times people expect their partner to do things on social media, and they aren't grateful for the act of that partner posting them. So in a scenario where you have a normal relationship where you use social media in the selfish nature of promoting your life and promoting what you are as an individual, then it makes a lot of sense to post your partner on your social media. There's nothing wrong with it. If you're just a regular guy or a regular girl and you're using your social media for the purpose of networking and engaging with people, it's a good idea to put your partner on social media. Because what it can do very effectively is to ward off the people that are trying to persuade you to engage in some kind of cheating behavior or some kind of potential disloyalty. Because my firm belief is that social media is the number one dating site. And when people see that you're taken on a dating site, they're not going to approach you. That doesn't exist in other dating sites except for social media. And so it's a good idea sometimes for women especially to post their boyfriend, and also for men. I'm not taking men out of this equation, but more so women are the target of DMs or people hitting on them excessively on social media. So it's not that I just say that for women, I also say it for men, but typically it's more important for women. And so it's a good idea to post your partner on social media to let people know, hey, I'm taken. Hey, I love this person. Hey, we're building something. Hey, I'm advertising our partnership and you need to respect it. On the flip side, I'll tell you this very, very concretely. If your social media is dedicated to business, you're a model, you're an athlete, you're someone that's engaging in some kind of general business on social media where you use your social media to make money, like myself, for example, you need to stay away from posting a partner. And what I mean by this is that your platform is a digital resume. It's your content hub. And people are not necessarily going to want to see what your content is with your private relationship. They want to see what your content is, especially if it's professional. Take me, for example. I'm a businessman, I'm an entrepreneur, and I post a lot about my businesses. I don't necessarily care to advertise my relationship because it doesn't really accentuate my businesses and it doesn't add any value to the services that I provide for my clients. When it comes to relationship coaching, when it comes to coaching in general, when it comes to consulting, when it comes to marketing and media, and when it comes to the financial services organization that I own, it doesn't add any value. Now, if I was a lifestyle influencer, if I was someone like that, maybe it is something that would make sense. But right now, for me, whether I'm in a relationship or not, it does not make sense for me to advertise somebody on my social media. It takes away value from my digital media, and it doesn't necessarily create something that people want to see. So a lot of times when someone is running a professional page, or their Instagram, their TikTok, whatever it might be, is dedicated towards their business, it is not a good idea for them to post a relationship. The brand of State Farm doesn't advertise the owner's wife on there. It doesn't happen. So you must understand that as much as you are an individual, a lot of people are also a brand. And advertising somebody else as a relationship in the brand in itself is something that can confuse people and can push people away. Not in a way where it repulses them, but in a way where they aren't so eager to subscribe to the content because they're not getting exactly what they want. See, people have this mindset on social media where they're very niche focused. They follow a certain account for a certain type of meme, for a certain type of behavior, for a certain type of interaction. So when they get anything that's not that, they will immediately start to desubscribe or deprioritize that channel, that social media page, that Instagram page, whatever it might be. So it's important for you, if you're a business, if you're a person that uses social media as a digital resume, to not necessarily post your partner because it can end up hurting your business. However, if you're a regular person that uses social media to advertise their family, their friends, why would you not use your partner on there? But then take a step back from all this. We do not need social media in relationships. It is not something that actually helps relationships a lot of times. It's actually something that ends up hurting a lot of relationships. Because what social media does is it allows us to meet people in a much more excessive rate. We are able to connect and meet with people all over the world and have conversations with them on a face-to-face basis. It is absolutely insane. So as much as social media can help you find a relationship, it can also help that person that found you step away from the relationship just because they see something online, an Instagram model. It can allow them to engage in disrespect. It can allow them to step away from what the commitment is and really entertain something else. The biggest thing I'm going to say here is do not place a heavy importance on what social media is to the relationship. And the question of if your partner should post you or not is really predicated on what your level of commitment is and what you want to advertise as a mutualistic relationship to the world out there. The job of the public is to respect your relationship, and the job of you is to keep your relationship private and the issues of that relationship condensed to what you guys are.